How long have you got? 2 minutes? Let's go. The history of the ancient Mediterranean world spans four pivotal civilizations from 3000 BC to 476 AD. It begins with the unification of Egypt by the pharaoh Menes, the king of Upper Egypt, also known as Narmer, who conquered Lower Egypt to create the first sufficiently politically stable and historically significant nation-state to populate history circa 3000 BC. The Egypt of the pharaohs would continue for some 3,000 years, though it peaked, literally, circa 2500 BC, with the construction of the Pyramid of Khufu, the colossal tomb that symbolizes the pharaonic age. Egypt eventually collided with the more martial civilizations of Mesopotamia, which gradually were achieving historical definition following the union of Sumer and Akkad. The Babylonian Empire of Hammurabi succeeded them circa 1700, becoming famous for the legal code that systematized the form of government that men everywhere on earth took for granted in these early times: monarchy. Everywhere, that is, until the rise of ancient Greece, where the philosophically minded Athenians devised the concept of democracy, whereby power could be equally divided among the populace regardless of class. Unfortunately, democracy, as Thomas Jefferson would later explain, is nothing more than mob rule, where 51% of the people take away the rights of the other 49%. Socrates, the philosopher, would notoriously experience such democratic oppression, as his fellow Athenians voted him to death for nothing more than unpopular conduct. How could individual rights be secured? The Romans would devise an ingenious answer. Starting circa 509 BC, they themselves abandoned monarchy and came to institute the tribunate, a set of government officials whose sole purpose was to obstruct the rights-violating conduct of other government officials. With the tribunate bolstered by a set of written laws, a constitution, Rome became a true republic, the first government in human history with the stated objective of protecting individual rights. Tragically, however, the Romans took to imperialism, first conquering Italy, then defeating the Carthaginians in the Punic Wars, and the Greeks, eventually taking over the entire Mediterranean and enslaving much of its populace. The contradiction between rights and slavery that nearly destroyed America 2 millennia later did indeed undo Rome. Despite the rejection of the rule of Julius Caesar in 44 BC, the lower classes of Rome did eventually resubmit to monarchy as the supposed cure to what ailed them. Monarchy, of course, proved ruinous to rights. Rome did expand into a great empire, but eventually imploded and was dismembered by Germanic barbarians, one of whom, Odovacar, deposed the last Roman emperor Romulus Augustulus in 476 AD.